Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. Honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutations to all my fellow laborers who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the confusion of faith brothers joined unto our ranks, to the hopeful elect, to the Akwaf that are listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson. Just continuing on the subject matter of Esau using his media to slander, all right, which is his job. All right, he was set up on earth to be the devil. Devil basically breaks down to one who is against righteousness, one who is against the most high and the teachings of it, a deceiver. And the problem is that the truth is coming out, and Esau is just butthurt and angry. Right, and they like to spin the story to control the narrative. And when you watch the media, they took all the blame away from the children and tried to put the blame on the Hebrew Israelites, which they just determined to keep saying black. All right, when you got all these Latinos and even the confusion of face, people who look white that are Israelites, and all these other people that are pushing and speaking the truth. And they just intent on saying black Hebrew Israelite. That is, remember, black is a made-up narrative. They made that terminology up. All right, and they use it all throughout their society. They put it in the job, in racial categories, and on job applications and applications for just about everything, for loans, home loans. You know, it's all about race. And the reason that they make it all about race is because America they're hypocritical. America isn't for everyone. America was never for everyone. America was for the so-called white man who was Esau Edom, whom we will never see this on CNN, CNBC, CBS, or ABC. They assigned that name to themselves in 1681 in Virginia. All right. They labeled themselves that with that falsehood, because there's nothing white about them. If we pan over to let's just click on it, because there's a young guy, young Edomite, the one right here where the arrow is behind the young man that's facing the Gadite, the old Gadite. He's wearing a white hat, but you can clearly see the pink and the redness of his face. All right, in his cheeks and in his face, and the guy next to him as well. All right, these are the red people that the Bible speak of. All right, there is no such thing as white people, and there is no such thing as black people. This young man has got on a black jacket. If you can see the pointer, see the finger on the mouse finger on his right sleeve. No one's skin color is that color, and no one's skin color is this color. That's a false narrative and a lie within itself. All right? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is just a liar. Let's get some scriptures to substantiate everything that I've just said. So I'm going to go to the book of Psalms. And Psalms 53. Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. And that's exactly what you saw here. Because they took all blame away from these young Edomites and tried to put it all on the Israelites that were out there, which two of them were so-called Puerto Ricans, but they still want to call them black Hebrew Israelites. That's completely lying, giving false information, and trying to control the narrative by doing so. And then the eyewitness who was there, who was the Gadite, was telling you what happened and what he did and how he tried to come in between the large crowd, the mob, and the four Israelites. And he said that there were racial derogatory terms being cast back and forth between the two parties, but yet on the news they say that no other video has surfaced, and there's nothing to substantiate the claims of what does this old guy have to lie about. They brought him on the show and asked him his opinion, and he told them what happened. And then what did they do? They came out and put out a report that said that they had nothing to prove that. And then what did they do after that? They showed you an edited version of the video and didn't play the video in its entirety. And the video in its entirety is up on the pull-up boys, which is that group from the house of David. They call themselves the pull-up boys. Okay? From the house of Israel, Salakia. Right? And then for you for you few people who were defending their behavior, what they did at the range, it was them, and you're wrong, and they were wrong for that, and they should get rid of that footage and apologize to Israel for that, for putting that vibration out there. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal but spiritual. Like I said, it's just too convenient for Esau that they happen to be that group, because you best believe when the persecution comes, they're going to use that footage of them at the range against us all. Not just against them, but against us all. So you have to be more circumspect, you Israelites out there, not to do stupid and foolish things like that. All right, because when they come, they're coming for all camps. They're not just coming for one, they're coming for all. Including you sellouts. You sellouts are not, and that's the thing. You know, that scene in Geronimo at the end, when they decommissioned the Gadite scouts, put them out the army, took their rifles and their uniforms, and told them that they were civilians and that they were going on the same prison trains that the other natives were going on. So you make a deal with the devil, you make a deal with a snake, you're going to get bit. Psalms 55 and 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him, and have broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, and yet they were drawn swords. They broke over 500 plus treaties with these Gadites. And this Gadite standing in front of him beating the drum, he should be standing in front of him beating his face. Right? Because he's standing on your land defying you. All right? Every place in so-called America, that's why Esau Edom is deteriorating. That's why their birth rates are down. You're looking at the last of them. This is why their birth rates are down, and more of them are dying than being born. And they're producing the least babies in every state here in America, not just here in America, everywhere around the world. The prophecy of them being brought low, is happening. That's Obadiah, the 4th verse. As a matter of fact, let's get that. This is Obadiah 4, and it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest, oh, Salakia, that's not it. Is it 8? Salakia. Oh, it's actually 2, verse 2, Salakia. Actually, I started verse 1 though. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh power concerning Edom. You're looking at Edomites. Edom, not white people, but Edomites. All right, and that rabbi just said a couple days ago on the blood moon that this signified the end of the world and the end of Edom. So Christianity, all right, which Judaism is opposed to Christianity, all right, even though these wacky-tacky Christians support Judaism. Well, and the reason people like Hagee and all these false fake Christian churches support Judaism is because they're all Edomites. That's why they call it a Judeo-Christian movement. Okay? But the rabbi proved that the Christian lie, which is taught in all their seminaries and in their churches, that the Edomites were done away with, is a lie. Thank you, Rabbi. We appreciate that. making our job easier. But it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. And you Edomites are small, and you are greatly despised worldwide. Worldwide. Because all of you done was rape, rob, murder, and push lies, false history. And then you use your media, your witchcraft, to spin the story and sway the minds of the people. Okay? Let's go to the book of Joel. It says, Joel 3 and 7, it says, behold, I will raise them up out of the place whether you have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. So we were sold here in America. We were sold all over in Seville, Spain, and got scattered to the four corners of the earth through the slavery of you Edomites. So we're being raised up, and the main place we were sold and traded was here in the Americas. So the prophecy is that the Israelites will be raised up where they were sold, because they went into slavery via slave ships. Thus saith the Bible. That never happened to so-called white people. All right? Not the collectively. Few of them were sold into slavery, but they were bartered and bought back and things of that nature. Their whole race didn't go into slavery and then get their heritage taken and scattered to the four corners of the earth. And their names just changed every 50, 60, 100 years. All the changes of Esau changing his identity, his name was done on his own accord to hide the fact that he was Esau Edom. When he took over Europe, he became Europeans. When he took over Australia, he became Australians. Right? He calls himself Africans now, South Africans. He calls himself Americans now. That's also in the scripture, Psalms 49 and 11. All right, they named the lands after themselves. Last, we find the scripture. All right, because what you're witnessing is what frightens them, which is why the slander campaign via the news is happening. All right, because they laughed and scoffed. All right, and now they're paying attention, and now they're starting with the slander. And slander always comes before the violence. Jacob's trouble are at hand. It has begun. Just like everything else, prophecies are coming to pass, man. This is Hosea 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. That also proves that the Israelis could not be the people of the Lord. Which cannot be measured nor numbered. Why is that? Because when you look at the so-called Negroes and the Latin tribes and the native tribes together, you can't count us. Then you add in the confusion of face that is scattered among all nations, it's impossible to count us. Low key, that's why Esau is so interested in DNA and getting people to give up their DNA, because what Esau is trying to do is identify the confusion of face among the heathen and especially among his own. Verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. So they're saying we're not the people of the Lord, man. That's never been said about the false Jews. All right? And according to the prophecies, the Israelites would forget their heritage, be separated from their heritage, and remember themselves. Hosea 1 and 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel, so that's all the tribes, be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. So the recompense is coming upon you, Edomites, the true Israelites, Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes are raising up in the place where you destroyed them. And all your slander is just going to come to naught. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Abashai Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash Wa Abba Babal.